No paper flower bouquet is complete without some greenery. Just a few stems of foliage make a huge difference and a big impact. A great option for your paper leaves is Salal. It's used a lot in real bouquets and it's a great filler stem. So today we're going to learn how to make this simple stem out of crepe paper. We'll start by gathering our materials. You'll need 2 shades of green crepe paper. I'm using Italian 140 gram here. You could also use the heavyweight German crepe as well. Some tacky glue, and I recommend a little pot and a cocktail stick to decant it into as well. Some fine point scissors. These ones are great, they cut right to the tip and they don't hurt your hands. Some pliers, some floral wire, either paper or fabric covered. You'll need 1 20 gauge and 3 22 gauge, and then I just cut my 22 gauge in half to make 6. Some Mod Podge in gloss finish. A paintbrush. I like to use this mop brush because it's quicker, but you could also use an artist brush if you need to. And then also a scouring tool. This is the Cricut scouring tool. You can use any scouring tool. You'll just need something that has this fine point to create an indent in the leaves. That's how we're going to create our veins. Then you'll need a soft core pencil crayon. So you could use something like a Crayola regular pencil crayon, but it's not going to have the same effect. You need something that's going to leave a lot of pigment on the paper. I really love these Prismacolor ones, and the colour I'm using here is Ginger Root. Then you'll also need your templates, so you can download those from my website, timemuchlypaperblooms.com. I'll put the link in the description box for you. The template comes in both a PDF form or an SVG if you want to use a cutting machine, and it also includes a placement guide for the leaves, as well as a guide for where to add the details to the veins on your leaves too. And then lastly, a cloth or a towel that we can use to create a soft space for underneath the leaf for when you're creating the indents. We're going to start with laminating our paper, which essentially means we're going to glue 2 pieces of paper together. So what this does is 2 things. Firstly, it creates a bit of a structure to the leaf and gives it a bit more thickness, so it's more rigid and better to work with. And then the other thing it does is give us the 2 different colours that we want for this Salal stem. So if you look at this leaf in nature, it's a darker colour on the top and quite glossy finish, and then the underside is a lighter green. You could also achieve this by painting the paper, but then you still have like the flimsiness to the leaf. So creating that rigidity really helps with this. The other thing that I've found with laminating is it really helps when it comes to creating the veins on this particular leaf because we want that indent effect. And the thickness of the paper enables you to do that. It's actually really easy to laminate your paper. All you need to do is cut 2 squares of each crepe paper colour around the same size. Stretch them both fully as much as you can, and then paint a thin layer of glue or Mod Podge across the whole of the paper. I prefer to use Mod Podge because it's a bit thinner, so it's easier to work with. If you use tacky glue, it does tend to get a bit thick and can be a bit messy. So if you do want to use tacky glue, just water it down slightly. Then lay your paper on top of the other sheet. Line it all up. I like to line it up from the middle and then smooth outwards to make sure there's no bubbles. At this stage, the paper does feel a little bit thin because it's all wet, but then obviously as it starts to dry, it will harden and become quite rigid. You'll probably also find that it's easier to stretch the paper slightly more while it's still wet. So you can give that a little bit of a stretch at this point as well. Just be careful because as the paper's wet, it is a little bit easier to tear. And once it's all really well stuck down, just trim off any edges that aren't quite lined up, and then you've got a full sheet of paper that you can work with. For the leaves, we're going to start by creating a square. Make sure you're starting with the darker green face up. So follow the grain lines in the paper and make sure they line up with 1/2 of the leaf. You'll see 3 little lines on the template. Make sure they line up with that. So we're going to create a square that is just slightly bigger than the template itself and then cut across the diagonal. Now, because our paper is 2 different colours, if you just rotate the paper round so that the grain lines are correct for the leaf shape, you'll end up with the 2 colours not matching. So to fix this, we're actually going to do 2 squares at a time. And then for this second square, we will cut the opposite diagonal. So you can take 1/2 from the first square and 1/2 from the second square. And when you put them together, you can then mimic this V shape, which acts more like the veins that you would see in nature. Flip the paper over so that the light green is facing upwards. That's going to be the back of our leaf. Then using the cocktail stick, add a line of tacky glue all the way along the edge of the paper. I like to do this on the left side of the leaf. And then take the 22 gauge wire and line that up at the edge of the paper also. It's a good idea at this point to check the template and make sure that the wire isn't sitting too high. You want to leave a small gap from the very top edge of the leaf to the start of the wire so that you don't have to cut through it. Once you have the wire in the right place, then just add a little bit more tacky glue to the top of the wire. And then we're going to fold over that very edge of the paper so that it wraps around the wire. This bit can get a bit messy, so just make sure to clean the glue off your hands when you're done. Try to keep that edge as straight as possible and make sure everything is really well stuck down. Next, we're going to run another line of glue along that folded edge. Try to keep that as close to the edge as you can. And then flip the paper over and line up the two halves together. You want to make sure that the half that is on the underneath, so the half without the wire in, is covering over the edge of the wire so that it's a nice neat detail on the back of the leaf. So to do this, line up the two bottom points and then make sure everything's nice and neat and overlapping correctly. And then make sure to smooth everything down so it's all really well stuck. So then we're going to take the template and line that up on the paper, making sure that the centre line on your template lines up with the centre line on the leaf. You want to focus in particular on the point at the top of the leaf, making sure that lines up with the main centre line. If that's slightly off, it looks a bit weird and not as realistic. And then use the template to cut around your leaf shape. This is where I find having fine point scissors really helps, because you can use that to get into all of the smaller details here, rather than having to manipulate your scissors around the paper. If you're left with any small bits of paper at the bottom of the leaf, you can either trim them completely, so using the point to get right into that corner and then pull the paper away, or you can just remove the bulk of it and then leave the remaining bit and twist that tightly around the wire. Next, take your pencil crayon and add a very light line along the centre line of the leaf. So to do this, I just very lightly brush the leaf along the line of the wire and use that as my guide. Then you want to cover the top half of the leaf in a layer of Mod Podge. Make sure you're brushing into the grain lines of the paper so you've got really good coverage, and get as close to the edge as you can. Leave that to dry fully and repeat the process for all of the leaves. Once that's dry, take your towel and fold over several layers so that you've got a nice soft area to work on. And then using the scouring tool, we're going to draw veins into the leaf. So you can press down quite hard with this. You want to leave quite a big indent. I also find you need to put more pressure towards the centre of the leaf because we've got the folded over paper there. So go over that area a few times and really press into the area right next to the wire. I do have a placement guide included for this in the template. You can also vary them a little bit if you want to get a bit more of a natural look. Obviously, they wouldn't all be exactly the same in nature. Just make sure that you are staggering the veins from left to right, so they kind of zigzag across. Each of the veins also has a very slight curve upwards as well. So you'll see that when you flip the leaf over, you end up with the indents on the back of the leaf, and that's what we're trying to replicate from nature. That's quite a significant detail from the natural leaf. So just make sure that they've pushed all the way through. If not, just go back and put a bit more pressure from the front of the leaf. Then take your pencil crayon and we're going to draw a line down the centre line, so the centre vein. Again, you can do this along the line of the wire. You want to add a little bit more pressure at the base of the leaf and then go lighter as you get towards the top. So that's going to give you a slightly thicker line at the base of the leaf. And then just lightly brush over each of the indents. Obviously there will be a little area close to the centre where the wire is that it might not be as deep, so you can actually use the pencil crayon to fill in that gap as well. Then repeat the same steps for all 6 leaves. For the next step, we want to cut out some strips of green crepe paper. So start with quite small pieces. The smaller they are, the easier they are to work with. And we're going to cover those in glue and then wrap them tightly around the top of the stem. So make sure that the paper sits right up close to the bottom of the leaf. You don't want to see any wire at this point. So make sure the paper wraps tight right up to the bottom of the leaf and then wrap down about an inch, inch and a half down the stem. And then just roll the stem between your fingers to smooth everything out and make sure there's no lumps or bumps. For the main stem, start with a couple of strips of crepe paper and add glue to them. And then take your first leaf. Again, just refer to the placement guide in the template to know which leaf goes where. Line up the first leaf with the thicker wire. You want to leave a gap of about 3/4 of an inch from the base of the leaf to the start of the thicker wire. And then take one of the strips of crepe paper and wrap that tightly around the two, making sure that you overlap the top of the thicker wire so that's completely covered. Make sure when you're doing this, you're wrapping it really tightly so that it really holds everything in place. Then take your second leaf. You want to add a slight bend on that from about 1 inch down. And again, use the strip of crepe paper to attach that, sitting slightly lower down the stem. You can actually play with the distances between the leaves here. So if you want a really tall stem, you could make the distance bigger. But if you want quite a short stem, then keep them quite close together. The key thing to remember when you're doing this is that the stem almost zigzags. It's staggered. One will bend to the left and then the other side bends to the right. So just make sure you're doing that as you're working. So then we'll take our next leaf, which we're going to bend to the left. And again, we're going to wrap that tightly around the stem with some crepe paper and glue. You'll see I'm leaving about 1 inch from the bottom of the leaf to where it hits the stem. That's where the bend will start. Once you have those 3 leaves attached, you can then start to bend the stem. So again, it's that zigzag effect we're looking for. So it bends left, then right, then left again, and continues as you work down the stem. Keep repeating that process for each of the leaves. So as I said, you can leave about 1 inch. You could increase this though if you want it to be more. So again, you'll see here I've done left, then right, and then left again. Just keep adding small bits of crepe paper at a time to make sure that that's really nicely wrapped around. Make sure it's really well stuck. Also, just be aware as you're doing it about the thickness of the stems. So you want to try and keep the same thickness all the way down the stem. You'll see here sometimes as you're wrapping the paper around, the leaf will move and it ends up on the wrong side. So that's okay, just make sure you go back in and tweak that once you finish wrapping. And then once you have all the leaves attached, you just need to cover the rest of the wire to create your stem. Now obviously we've got a bigger thickness of wire towards the top, so we've got like several layers of wire together. And as you get towards the bottom of the stem, you'll get down to just one thick wire. So what we need to do for that is to just add more layers of crepe paper until we get the same thickness along the whole length of the wire. If you don't want to use the green for this, you could also use some scrap crepe paper and then just cover it with the green when you're done. And then the final step is just to tweak all of our leaves, just to get the placement exactly how we want them. So you'll find in nature that the leaves almost like fold in on themselves. So what you can do here is push down with your finger along the wire to push a center line down and then fold the outside edge in. So you're almost like folding it in half. Now it won't fully fold in half because of the Mod Podge, but you just want to get like a bit of an indent to the paper. Then once you've done that, you can also then curve the leaf outwards. So it's got a very gentle C shape. So if you're looking at the front of the stem, that will start to curve away from you. And then just gently tweak and twist some of the leaves to make them look a bit more natural. Quite often with the Salal stem, they do tend to point upwards. Especially if they're going to be in a bouquet, they tend to be arranged so that they're pointing upwards. And you'll probably find some pointing towards the back, some a little bit more twisted towards the front. So the more you play with this, the more natural the stem is going to look. And that's our finished stem. I hope you've enjoyed making this Salal stem, and if you do give it a try, I'd love to know how it turns out. You can drop a comment below this video, and also give it a like and a subscribe if you have enjoyed it. You can email me blooms@tarmuchley.com, or you can connect with me on Instagram. It's at tarmuchley_paperblooms. And don't forget to check out my website for lots of other paper flower templates and other stems that will go perfectly with this Salal. Until next time, happy flower making.